What's going on, gents? So I'm starting to get my voice back. Um, Today is Super Bowl Sunday, and I put out a post this morning talking about why I'm not watching the Super Bowl right now. And I got some criticism on it, but by and large, most people understood what I was saying. The reason why I don't want to watch the Super Bowl right now is because I'm not comfortable with where I am in life. I still have a whole lot of stuff I got to work on. And my point is this: if you're not where you want to be, if you're broke, if you're overweight, for instance, or if you're, just not generally where you want to be in life, if you're taking the time to do things like watch the Super Bowl, or, go to Disneyland, or, go to do anything of luxury that you don't necessarily need to be doing, you don't have a right to really be complaining about where you are. Now, I understand a lot of you have families, and you have to have family time. That's understandable. You need to spend that time with them. That's part of life. But here's the thing. A lot of us spend time doing things that really aren't advancing us. They're not helping us in any way. They're not doing anything but eating up our time and eating up our ability to pursue our goals. They're basically time fillers to try to take us away from actually living life. Because the reality is that living life is actually hard. Doing things for yourself, to advance your life, is actually hard. And human beings, the way we are, we run away from hardship, we run away from discomfort, and we run toward luxury, and we run toward comfort, right? Run away from pain and run toward pleasure. And if you look at the things you're doing in your life with your spare time, most of it is probably running toward pleasure to get away from pain. Whether that's drinking, whether that's eating or overeating, whether that's, watching porn, a whole bunch of other things, right? All of these things are things we do to occupy ourselves, to occupy our minds, so that we can take ourselves away from the fact that our lives aren't completely what we want them to be, or that, to take our minds off of the work we have to do to get to where we want to go. Think back to when you had to do homework as a kid, or to when you went to school and you were sitting in class staring at the clock. I think that what a lot of us have to learn is to take pleasure in our work, right? Regardless of what it is. Take pleasure in our life's quest. And I know a lot of you, as I've heard in the past couple of weeks, don't quite understand what your life's quest is. But again, a lot of these things you're doing to fill up your time are kind of taking you away from that, right? If you want to figure out what your purpose is on this earth, you've actually got to get out there and do things. You've actually got to get out there and really and truly interact with people. Not just to interact for interaction's sake, but to figure out what they need and figure out what's going to help them in their lives. Because the only way you create purpose in your life is by honestly figuring out whether or not you can add value to others. And you might think of like corporate executives or people who own like Apple, for example, as not really adding value to anyone's lives. But think about what they do. They create computers. And because of that computer and because of the phone that I'm filming this with, I could talk to all of you. And I could send this out and it gets to all of you within an instant. Now, you don't have to be smart enough to build computers or to build iPhones, but you all have experiences. You all have things you've done in your life that differentiate you from other people. And there's, whether you believe it or not, probably a lot of people would be interested in those experiences, particularly if you're a veteran. And if you start telling your story in a manner that's not meant to brag, but meant to reach people and to touch people and to inspire people, then from that, you can start to figure out how you can take your place in this world and how you can help people through one way or another. That might be through writing, it might be through vlogging, it might be through just posting things on Instagram that help guys through their day, right? All of you have that within you, particularly if you served in the military and you've led. You have that within you because that's a leadership characteristic. That's something that you've used in the past to get your Marines, to get your soldiers, to get your airmen, to get your sailors to do their jobs. So I guess my point is here, think about all the things you do in your day that are strictly for pleasure or to take up your time, that don't really serve any purpose in advancing you or your cause. And why don't we try to start to cut those things out and exchange them for things that you're going to enjoy, that are going to help you to figure out what that purpose is, or once you figure out what that purpose is, to advance that purpose. All right? That's all I got for today, gents. My voice is shit, but thank you all for listening, and I love you all. Peace out.